Good morning everyone, welcome to Vanuary day 3. We're just taking the dogs out for a morning walk. Craig just finished doing some work and I was sorting the van out, getting ready for the day. Slightly worried today about our batteries because our solar panels aren't pulling much from this very overcast day, so our batteries are draining a bit low. Well, they're still on 80%, so it's not really low, but we don't like to go below 80 really. We're wondering if we need to do a bit of driving today to get some more power, even though we'd love to just stay in this area. Yeah, we might do a bit more of a drive, and also some cold and wet weather's coming, isn't it?
Having looked at the forecasts, it does seem a bit grim in the next coming days, particularly kind of this weekend looks wet, like way wetter than kind of UK standards. And
we got some -5 overnight temperatures coming. We think we probably need to get out of the mountains, get down to the coast. We might head over to some other towns that are a bit further away. Bermeo is like a fishing town that we went to last year, maybe Guernica. Our plan for our time in Basque Country so far has been that we try and move a little bit every day and try and be fuel efficient just to keep like our cost of living down. But we're thinking we probably can't do that whilst the weather's a little bit dodgy. So we're probably going to drive longer distances for the next couple of weeks, maybe, not sure. I need to do a bit of work today before we do anything else. I need to do a sketch for BBC Wildlife magazine, my first one of the new year, but that shouldn't take too long to just do a sketch. I did want to have like a coffee in the town, maybe, but I don't know if we've got time for that.
We can do it, of course we can.
Whilst I was walking Midge earlier, I just got him out of the van and this man came over and started talking. So Craig stepped in because obviously he's the Spanish speaker amongst us, and apparently the guy was saying he wanted to talk about Midge a lot, and he was saying he's not such a common dog in northern Spain in these parts, but in the south they're very common and they like to hang them up on lampposts by their collars when they're done with them. Or shoot them. So I couldn't tell if he thought Midge deserved that fate or not.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure because we felt we were being quite silly by having one.
Nah, Midge was being really friendly to him.
I can never see where I'm going. I can hardly see where I come from. The only thing I have a way of knowing is how to look for the heart of love. A person must retrieve now and then, feeling for the thing that they seek most. A pulse they search for everywhere to cut the chains of their despair and leave behind all else than that ideal. Mine is in this bed where we hold the air in our hands and hear the song of love that brings strange tears. Recognition of the thing that comes with rain in the sweet spring. All that's left is to wait out the year.
I wanted to say the reason why I am not learning Spanish, because you're probably going to hear about Craig's Spanish lessons a lot during this month because he has lessons twice a week. I have a sieve brain, like I have a really bad memory. I need to be told things about 5 times and 5 different ways for me to remember something. Like I don't remember the names of places. Yeah, I'm struggling to remember like the basics of Spanish when Craig's been trying to teach me. I do definitely need to learn some phrases because I do feel quite ashamed when I literally can't say a thing. I just know that I wouldn't be very good at language learning. I'm Also not very good at speaking to people in my own language. Speaking to people makes me nervous, so having to remember a second language at the same time seems really, really difficult to me. So I've got this new admiration for anyone who's learned a second or third language, because it just seems so impossibly hard, especially as an adult. So that's why I'm not learning alongside Craig at the moment. I just feel like I don't really have any of the natural attributes in order to learn a language well. Like, Craig's quite confident and very willing and able to speak to people and practice his Spanish and make mistakes, whereas for me, I would cringe so hard doing that. I think it's like social anxiety, like I don't want to draw attention to myself. I definitely do need to learn some phrases as I'm going through these different countries.
So I thought you might be interested in seeing some of my recent work for BBC Wildlife magazine. So these are some capuchin monkeys. Here's a reindeer, got a grey seal. I really like this one. And then this is a black lark. I like this one as well. I've really gotten much more comfortable with making backgrounds and like placing the animals somewhere. The longer I've worked on this commission with this art director, he's kind of encouraged me to include more details in the background and more of a sense of place. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? The techno dungeon's open for business. / someone's just in there practicing drums. We're at a bit of a loss for what to do this afternoon because we ended up getting swept into work a little bit, and Craig went on a big walk to get some drone footage. Had lunch, late Spanish lunch. Now it's that awkward time, 4 p.m, when things are shut potentially, and we want to go out maybe. Because I kind of fancy a cafe sin leche in town, but we're not sure if there's going to be anything open. So we're going to go walk Quentin and have a look. We're looking at going to a nature park up for the evening, because then we can use the shower on our back door somewhere nice and secluded, and that'll be our day. There wasn't actually that much exploring going on today. Craig just made me a Dick and Coke. We moved to a new location and it's in quite a remote spot, and we decided to come here because it's about a 45-minute drive from Zestoa, so we could charge our battery a little bit, and there's toilets here that are open all the time, good internet, and there's no one else here, so we can open our back doors and have a shower later on. That's what our plan is. If we're naked and someone else turns up, we're naked
and someone turns up.
We do have like a curtain pole. I think it's broken, so we don't really have any protection around the back, which is fine because the way the van's pointed right now, it's like into a forested area. There's no one there. Well, hopefully. I'm going to do lots of editing tonight, I think. I want to do a bit of research as well, because when we went out for coffee in Zestoa, we went to that cafe. It was a really nice cafe, a really nice coffee. They had the best looking Basque cream cakes in there. They just do these like really fat cake roll things with loads of clotted cream or something in the middle, and it just looks so delicious. I'm thinking that maybe San Sebastian, which is a city we're planning to visit, might have a vegan version of Basque cream cakes. San Sebastian's actually called Donostia, which is the Basque name for it. So we're trying to say that more because it's what people who live in Basque country want it to be called. The monarchy wanted to call it San Sebastian. Basque people wanted to call it what it's called, which is Donostia. We've seen sometimes when you drive around, some of the road signs, they've scrubbed out or like sprayed over the non-Basque names for places, like San Sebastian will be sprayed out and you can just see Donostia. which is interesting to observe. Speaking of things to observe, I also wanted to have a browse tonight on one of the best blogs we found about Euskal It's a really good gallery containing lots of information about all the different murals that you can find in different towns in the Basque Country, and we're both really interested in the graffiti and the murals that you see around. We always wonder what they say and what they mean, and we try and translate it. For example, in Zestoa, up on the hills, I did film it. You can see it from where we were parked up. It says Prisok Euskal. I don't know how you say the word Prisok, how you pronounce the word Prisok, but Prisok means prisoners, and you see that phrase written in a lot of places, and I happened to look it up for the first time today. It's a movement to return political prisoners to the Basque Country, because at the moment the Spanish government has, as a form of punishment, has put them in really far away prisons in like the south of Spain or even in northern France, so that makes it really difficult for them to have visitors and stay connected with family and stuff. So that's interesting. I just find it so interesting to see what is being written by the people of the Basque Country in towns and villages that we visit. I like to know the undercurrent of what people are thinking and wanting, and that blog is a really good one. I'll leave it linked under this video if you want to go have a look. I'm going to have a browse of it tonight, and maybe we can do a little mural tour as we move around the area. For dinner we are having 2 salads with vegan feta. It's the Violife vegan feta, and it's really nice, but doubly expensive in Spain. If there's one thing that's good about the UK, it's that you can get cheaper and more widely available vegan products. But that's the only good thing I can think of. You want this? Whoa!
Thanks, Viva Palestina.
You want some bread with it?
Just a little.
Okay.
Just a little, you know?
I didn't say.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was so sucked in to try and think about my Spanish homework that I completely forgot to ask you for some pan.
You got some bread from that cafe you went to earlier as well. And it's extra special, right, Craig?
It's extra tasty, that's
Yeah?
what it is.
A van with 2 freshly showered people inside it. That's what we're dealing with. We both had showers using our outdoor shower. Washed my hair in the quickest fashion, so I'm pretty sure I've got conditioner in it still, but that's probably a good thing because my hair is so dry. But it's the end of our evening now. We're going to go to bed. It's quite late. We've been working and researching on our laptops. I've been doing some editing. Nearly got Vanuary day 1 edited. Hopefully upload it tomorrow, get that scheduled. Tomorrow we're going to leave here early, and then we're going to do a drive and go to a town where it's famous for kidney beans and chocolate and puppets. There's a puppet museum. That's what we're doing tomorrow, right, Craig?
Correct. That's
Yep.
what we're doing tomorrow.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to going to somewhere we've never been before, and I've got high hopes for the puppet museum. I do want to do some sketching in there. I like drawing toys and things like that. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.